Hi folks, so the other day we got to look at the launch event for the Samsung Note 9. Now, I got the Samsung Note 8 a year ago and I've been loving it ever since. It's the best phone ever for any artist, creative, graphic designer to draw on. This has been an absolutely brilliant phone, and for the past year that I've been using it on, no complaints. The phone hasn't slowed down, the battery life has been absolutely brilliant. Wonderful. No complaints whatsoever. I've got a ton of videos, you can go and watch those. Anyway, launch event for the Samsung Note 9. Absolutely cracking. I watched that. I put a video up on that with my thoughts, you know. You can go and watch that with me and see as it goes on exactly what I thought of it. I put that video up. It was demonetized like the instant I put it up, funnily enough, because it contained copyrighted material. Thanks, Samsung. Fine. Anyway, I was really disappointed. I think a lot of that comes out of the fact that Samsung leaked everything. Now, of course, they'll tell you, and other people I'm sure will be saying in the comments, Samsung didn't leak anything. It was, right, okay, whatever. Whether it was Samsung or whether it was a third party, everything about this phone was leaked instantly. You know, when the event rolled round, we knew everything about this phone. I mean, everything. And I was really disappointed. You know, I was expecting at least a couple of cool things about this phone to be something that I didn't already know. I was looking at this phone, if you watched the video I released a couple of days ago, I was expecting something that I didn't know, but I was looking for things. I only was interested in this phone from an artist's perspective, from a creative's perspective. That's what this channel is all about. I review tech, draw, I do digital paintings. I'm an artist. So when I look at tech, I only look at it from a creative's point of view. I did contact Samsung about a review model only because I want to review it for artists. I'm only interested in this phone because it has a stylus, it has that S Pen. That's why I think this is a good phone. It has that S Pen, it has Wacom technology. You know, it's why I don't have an iPhone anymore. We didn't know much about the S Pen, apart from all the marketing materials for the new Note 9 had that yellow S Pen. Now, one of the things that had been leaked about this is the fact that it was going to be a Bluetooth S Pen and it was clicky. Of course, that was all leaked and there was a lot of that in there, and oh, you can use it for PowerPoint presentations. Was it any better for artists? No. What did they show with the S Pen? They showed it for about 30 seconds. It was really disappointing. I wasn't too kind to Mr. Doodle in my review of the event. I might have been a bit harsh, but you guys really weren't any more polite than me in the comments. He's a professional artist. I have nothing bad to say about his art. He is a doodler, that's his style. Hats off to him. However, I have a background in marketing as well as being an artist and a tech consultant. So when I look at this from a marketing perspective, what I have to say is that his artistic style does not fully encompass the abilities of the Note S Pen with its 4,000 levels of pressure and its tilt abilities. Now that's right, 4,000 levels of pressure, which weren't even mentioned. Now, why weren't they mentioned? Well, probably because they're the same 4,000 levels of pressure that were in the Note 8. If you're a digital artist, if you're a designer, anybody looking to pick up a Note phone, well, technically you may as well go and buy the Note 8 rather than the Note 9, because the S Pen, it hasn't actually changed. Yes, they've given it Bluetooth, that programmable button, but other than that, the drawing experience on this S Pen, on this phone, hasn't changed a jot. I like this programmable button, but obviously that's only if the app can use it, and so far I don't know if any of them can. Realistically, if you just wait until the Note 9 comes out, the Note 8 will be cheaper. So if you want the ability to draw, you may as well buy the Note 8 rather than the Note 9. Sorry, Samsung. You work with Wacom, so you could have given us 8,000 levels of pressure, maybe. I don't know the technicalities of that. So really, yeah, I was disappointed in this. You've given us pretty much the same stylus. It doesn't help me to draw any better. Here are the changes that you really could have made to give me a better drawing experience. 1, give me 2 programmable buttons on that stylus. That would have helped. Or it would have even helped your PowerPoint users, because you would have had a back and a forwards button. I know you said you can go back and you can go forwards, but for an artist, I would have had a right click and an eraser button. See? So 2 buttons. And I'm sure you probably looked at that in your R&D sessions. Another thing you could have done to make this S Pen super cool for artists and creatives would have actually been to change that nib. Okay, it's a super fine nib and it's, you know, it really would be good for creatives. But what you could have done to make that better is to actually take a hint from, this chokes me to say it, Apple Pencil. Rather than just a tiny fine nib, make that nib more of an old-fashioned pencil style, like the Apple Pencil. So it goes down to a very fine point, but actually goes up into a wider nib. Why? Because then it's more like a shading nib. So because the S Pen has tilt capabilities, then I'd be able to tilt it and do that shading and it would feel more realistic. See, that way this S Pen would be different from the Note 8 S Pen for drawing and for creatives and so on. It would be much more appreciated then. And the application specialists, you know, the software developers will be able to bring that in and really make a go of that. And I think a lot of other stylists, creators will be super jealous of that. So yeah, that would have made it really stand out and given everybody a lot to speak about. I've seen a lot of reviewers who you've given this stylus to, you know, for making unboxing videos, and quite frankly, Samsung have just handed this thing out to the guys with, you know, the biggest sub counts, and they've all said the same thing. What do you want the stylus for? Who needs a stylus? Drew Blackard, who presented the entire event the other day, said, and I'm going to read this off of my Note 8 just to make sure I get it 100% right, said, I had no idea people were creating art or would want to create art on a smartphone, but they do. And I'm quoting this from Business Insider. Yeah, this was the guy who presented the Note 9 Unpacked event. Yeah, so this is the guy who apparently told us all about, you know, their wonderful pent-up app and their community of artists and everything like this, and introduced us to Mr. Doodle. That, yeah, he had no idea people were creating art with it. I mean,
what's up, New York City?
This phone doesn't really give us anything else as artists. They said that the screen is bigger, but really it's a 6.4 inch. If you put the Note 9 next to the Note 8, which Unbox Therapy did, the Note 8 is 6.3. So you're talking 0.1 of an inch. It's indistinguishable. You cannot see the difference. So it's totally pointless. Realistically, yes, the processor is a bit faster, the GPU is a bit better by what, like roughly 25%. So for the money you'd be saving, you may as well get the Note 8. I'm really sorry if you were really looking forward to the Note 9. I was. You know, I'm as injured as anybody else out there. I just cannot say go and get the Note 9. I hate having to give a neg view, but really, for just the only positive thing I can say about this is Bluetooth button, and yeah, no, I'm not that fussed. For the idea of being able to take a selfie from over there, handy, but I'm not going to trade in my Note 8 for that. In a way, kind of glad that I didn't get a review model now, because then I'd have to go through the hassle of taking it back to the post office to return it. Some people have asked for a review of the Samsung Tab S4. I'd actually really like to review that. I think that would be a really good tablet to review. However, at this point, I doubt very much Samsung are gonna send me a review model after this. and I'm not going to go and buy it. I don't really buy things for review. I'm not rich. No, I would like to review it. It does look like a good device. You know, obviously Mr. Doodle thought so because he stopped drawing on that Note 9 straight away and moved on up to the Tab S4. So yeah, I would like to try that. If I happen across one, I'll give you a review. Until next time, have a very good day, and I'll see you all later.